You know, this is the day we all wait for. That's the gospel we all wait for. Whether you go to daily Mass every day of your life, or whether we see you a little less frequently than we'd like to, every Catholic is wired in their DNA to wait for this gospel, Luke's infancy narrative, and the triumphant stature of the angels. Behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, for in the city of David a Savior has been born, who is Christ the Lord. If that doesn't get you motivated, wow, you got to work out or something. This is a great night. Yeah, it's a little less than balmy out there. Some of you might say to yourself, I wish I had taken the trip to Honolulu, but we didn't. Here we are in Mount Clemens, Michigan, celebrating the Nativity of the Lord at 12:30 or so at night. And the hope that the newborn child brings to the world is unparalleled, absolutely unparalleled. All of us love the image of the little sprite walking up with the priest, putting the baby Jesus in the manger, wondering at the whole thing. It's kind of like a Currier and Ives Christmas card, isn't it? In perfection. The incense comes out. This is the moment when you're Catholic. I mean, we get the full bells and whistles on Christmas, don't we? Don't you love that incense? No shaking your no. Come on. And yet, if that's all Christmas means to you, if all it is the cuteness of Jesus in the manger, then you've missed the boat. The cute little infant in the manger is only here because he is the second person of the Trinity, the God-man, who has come down out of love and care for us to meet that. The baby in the manger is the God-man on the cross. And the God-man on the cross is the man who rises from the dead and leaves the tomb empty. The two biggest days of our life every year are Christmas and Easter. And you can never divide the two, because the rationale for the one is the eventuality of the second. Yes, it's all majestic. And yes, it's all caused by the Father. What makes Christmas unique is that this is the moment in time where the Father takes his finger and implants it into history. He stops the clock. He says, stop everything. I'm sending my Son, my only Son. And because the Son and the Father are consubstantial, as we say in the Creed, he is sending himself, one God, as he presents himself to us in the form of three divine persons. Not three gods, one God, three divine persons. So Jesus is born in this manger. And what do? Do we greet him as a king? No. We don't even know about him. In reality, in history, it was probably 3 or 4 months before the Epiphany took place. And anyone even knew that Jesus was around other than his lowliest subjects, the shepherds. But the shepherds knew. The shepherds knew because the angels appeared to them. Now, we're fascinated with angels, aren't we? How many times have you been to a funeral mass and you'll hear this nonsense? Now, Mom's an angel. No, Mom is not an angel. Mom will never be an angel. None of us can be angels. Deal with it. Humans here, angels here. Okay, so we all watch It's a Wonderful Life, don't we? And we all at the end are sitting there and we're listening to Clarence. Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. No! All angels have wings, always. No one takes them away from them. No one demotes them. But humans in heaven, if we make it to heaven, are more exalted than the angels. Didn't know that, did you? More exalted than the angels. So you will each be, when you get to heaven, higher than any of the archangels, higher than the seraphims, who are the closest angels to the throne of God the Father. You will be higher. Because unlike angels, human beings are made in the image and likeness of God Himself. We are incredibly special. And we also enjoy something else. Absolute free will. It's almost 1 a.m, and look where you are. You're in church. You chose to be here. Now, some of you may have come out of tradition. Some of you may have come because your mother-in-law dragged you. Some of you may have come because mom and dad threatened you with summary execution if you weren't here. But you're here. You made the decision to come and celebrate the Nativity. Jesus among us. God among us. Emmanuel, that's what it means. God among us. Now, how is that relevant to us today in 2022? In this society that is filled with materialism, dog eat dog, gaining as much as you can for yourself. Everyone's texting about themselves. I am now walking to the car. Everyone is consumed with what they are doing. Snapchat and Facebook and whatever else is out there. And so you wonder, who's wondering what they're going to get for Christmas? I mean, is this the year that you're going to get the iPhone 7926 model so you can load into Snapchat 2074? This model sends out 43,000 pictures simultaneously. Or are you going to be like the Christ? Born with no fanfare, born with no palace, born in complete humility, to a virgin 15 years old who said yes when she was asked, would she do this job? No one made her. And her only answer to the archangel was, I am the handmaiden of the Lord. Be it done to me as He wishes. If all of us reacted to God's request like Mary did, we'd all be going to heaven. Because that is complete humility, complete submission. What we want doesn't count. So my Christmas wish for you is not the iPhone 97463. My Christmas wish for you is that you can become this year men and women for others, for the greater glory of God. That's what Jesus was. He was always for others. How did we do with that? Well, we had Him born in a manger, in complete poverty, no room at the inn, and then He grows up. We torture Him, we nail Him to 2 pieces of wood, and what's His response? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And as we